Hi, welcome. Good to see you. Today we're going to be looking at one of my favorite poets and one of my favorite poems, Alfred Tennyson, Merlin. Merlin and the Gleam, which some editors call. Some it's just Merlin, and some, if they have Merlin and Vivian, they'll put Merlin and the Gleam so that you're not confused. I love this poem because it describes how to navigate that tension between the intuitive and the institutional, the magical and the ordinary. And with that, it isn't doing both, but going on a journey and following something, following the gleam. Merlin. O young mariner, you from the haven under the sea cliff, you that are watching the gray magician with eyes of wonder. I am Merlin, and I am dying. I am Merlin, who follows the gleam. Mighty the wizard, who found me at sunrise sleeping and woke me, and learned me magic, the great master, when over the valley, in early summers over the mountains, on human faces, and all around me, moving to melody, floated the gleam. Once, at the croak of a raven who crossed it, a barbarous people blind to the magic and deaf to the melody snarled at and cursed me. A demon vexed me. The light retreated. The landscape darkened. The melody deadened. The master whispered, "Follow the gleam." Then, to the melody, over a wilderness, gliding and glancing at elf of the woodland, gnome of the cavern, griffin and giant, and dancing of fairies in desolate hollows, and wraiths of the mountains, and rolling of dragons by warble of water, or cataract music of falling torrents, flitted the gleam. Down from the mountain and over the level, and streaming and shining on, silent river, silvery willow, pasture and plowland, horses and oxen, innocent maidens, garrulous children, homestead and harvest, reaper and gleaner, and rough ruddy faces of lowly labor, slided the gleam. Then with a melody stronger and statelier, led me at length to the city and palace of Arthur the king, touched at the golden crosses of the church, flashed on the tournament, flickered and bickered from helmet to helmet, and at last on the forehead of Arthur the blameless rested the gleam. Clouds and darkness closed upon Camelot. Arthur had vanished, I knew not whither. The king who loved me, and cannot die. For out of the darkness, silent and slowly, the gleam that had waned to a wintry glimmer on icy fallow and faded forest, drew to the valley named of the shadow, and slowly brightening out of the glimmer, and slowly moving again to a melody yearningly tender, fell on the shadow, no longer a shadow, but clothed with the gleam. And broader and brighter, the gleam flying onward, sang through the world, and slower and fainter, old and weary, but eager to follow, I saw whenever, in passing, it glanced upon. Hamlet or city, that under the crosses, the dead man's gardens, the mortal hillock, would break into blossom. And so to the land's last limit I came, and can no longer but die rejoicing. For through the magic of him the mighty, who taught me in childhood there on the border of boundless ocean, and all but in haven, hovers the gleam. Not of the sunlight, not of the moonlight, not of the starlight. O young mariner, down to the haven, call your companions, launch your vessel, crowd your canvas, and ere it vanishes over the mountain, after it, follow it, follow the gleam. Thank you.